Hey guys, John Bergman here, Fisherman's Digest. Welcome to our Channel View adventure. Behind us, beautiful Channel View Outpost Lodge here at Mita Lake Resort. Pike, walleye, the occasional big perch. Stay tuned, it's going to be an awesome show here from Mita Lake. Got him. Yep. Oh. You double us up? Oh, yeah, you're right. John just said to me, a couple of dandies right there, and I dropped a little free line and punk. I think John had the better one earlier, but this one's definitely a good solid. Oh yeah, that's a nice solid fish. Oh yeah.
Watch your fingers there.
Oh yeah. Hey, good morning everybody. John Bergman here with John Wiersema. Cheryl lent them to me for a few hours this afternoon. We're here at Mita Lake Lodge on beautiful Mita Lake. So first fish of the day, you think he wanted that? I mean, absolutely pinched down tight on it. And this is a new little bait that I've been fishing with this year, and I'm really liking it. Right there, it's a slick shad by Salmo. Beautiful soft plastic. I love the fact that it's got that little sparkle on the bottom. Just a paddle tail. Lots of beautiful walleyes just like that. I tell you what, maybe that chartreuse does matter. I think I can handle this without the net, John. I think. I say that, and then
Get some attitude.
no, then he just gets a lot heavier. Boy, I'll tell you, they like that chartreuse. Oh, that's a very nice fish. That's a really nice fish. I changed my mind about needing help. Oh yeah.
Maybe that's a big mouth. Nice fish.
Yeah. Thank you, John. Oh, guys,
Yeah.
look at where that slick shad is right there. And what I was doing is, so you get the concept, you know, when you call John and you book your trip, one of the things you want to remember to understand is John's almost always got the boat moving. We're not just sitting here vertical jigging these fish. And see that paddle tail thumps behind that jig head. And beautiful fish, beautiful colors. And you're covering water. So that line's on a 45, maybe even more than a 45 behind the boat, and we're back trolling, and he's on one side, I'm on the other, and we neither one of us is gonna tangle all day. And we're not gonna get into the engine, but the concept is that you're covering water, you're dragging that along the bottom, and those fish, you're coming by fish, and the active ones, of course, will thunk it. And so he thunked that, and I'm surging just a little and then dropping. That surging and dropping, guys, as a little tip. If that walleye tracks in to bite it and you drop it back in his face just because you're doing that, he's more likely to grab that like he did. And I showed you how he bit that because they got it all the way in their mouths. They want it. And guys, it's all about boat control. If you notice, John's using his small engine as back trolling. That creates the back, the flat side of the boat as resistance, and that slows you down and allows you to be very precise with what you're doing. So when you get up here, you know, I've had people say to me, yeah, but they don't have any electric trolling motors. Let me tell you what, you got something even more controlling than that, and that is an immediate ability to just turn that engine and just boom, that boat is very reactive. That's a good fish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Boy, he hit it hard too. Same thing, John, just poof, powdered it. Get a look at its mouth. It'll fool me, as it always does. Doesn't really want to come in.
These are the kind we like.
Yeah. This is the kind that we're gonna let him go. Now, John, talk for just a quick second. I mean, what are the regulations up here, and what do you also encourage your guests to do? Because the fishing's so fantastic. What, one fish over 18?
One fish over 18. That's the regulations. One walleye over 18 inches and the rest under. But we really stress that I don't mind if you take one over 18 inches home.
Sure.
But while you're here, for eating, under 18 inches, okay?
Yes.
So,
because you're going to catch so many.
You don't need 23, 24 inch walleyes for lunch.
No.
Because you're going to catch as many as you want. Oh, wait.
Yeah, and it only makes sense, guys. And the shore lunches and your you know, we're at an outpost cabin here this time around at Channel View. We're going to give you a little expose of that cabin a little later in the show. But one of the things is they're all set up. John's got a propane tank there and a little rack and the hardware, you know, to do a nice fish fry. And all you got to do is really bring the oil and the fish. And so there's just no reason to keep big fish. And you're going to catch so many of these 14 to 17 inch fish anyway. You know, instead of taking one big one, keep two small ones. It's much better for the fishery. Nice one though. Yes. That was a nice walleye. Oh, it's a big walleye. Yeah, it's a big walleye. Oh yeah. John comes and takes us to a let's go fish for big pike spot. What do? We catch big walleye. Oh, that's a dandy, John. What was that, 11, 12 foot of water, John?
Yeah, right on the drop. Yeah, between 11 and 20.
And we're not gonna risk this boy's life. Off he goes, no worse for the wear. Just jigging. Now you see, the first spot we were off on a mid-lake hump. Now we're just on a shoreline break. And all throughout Mita Lake and the whole system here, you've got these ledges that are created, and you've got a deep drop, and some places it's more gradual, but if you can find that deep drop where you got 8, 9, 10 feet of water and then boom, it drops off into deeper water, that's a recipe, especially a little weed growth around, a recipe for a potential for bigger fish. That time I saw him do the double take. Boy, I just said to John, there's not many times I think a bait and a color is making a difference, but my buddy Paul Sally brought these slick shads for me to use, and I mean to tell you, they are outproducing everything I've put on. Little paddle tail, really nice subtle bait. I love the fact that, I'll show it to you, it's got a narrow profile. A slick shad coupled with John and Cheryl's Mita Lake Lodge on an absolutely well-managed lake is exactly the ticket right now for a lot of fun. But look at that. Oh, that fish is a little chewed up. Looks like he's been in a battle or two. But let me show you what I'm talking about on that bait. I'm running it just on a VMC, but look at how narrow that tail is. And I think that the fact that there's very little plastic there makes that tail very active. And every single time I'm lifting and popping it, boy, they're coming in and just bapping it. Oh. Has the appearance of better. Double. Ooh, mine is definitely better. Yeah. Welcome to spot change. Oh yeah. I don't know what I have here, but it's big. Oh, I see it. It's a walleye. I'll get it. Oh yeah, that's a really, really nice one.
After that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, John. There you go.
We'll see what John has. I got the net free. Here you go, John. We might be doing a stand-up double. Yeah. Whew. Wow. Another Salmo bait. John's got his trusty Northland Phelps floater. Look at that.
Couple of nice ones.
Couple of dandies. Dandies, John. That's a spot change at Meeta Lake right there.
Swimming together.
Look at that. Beautiful. When I was just dragging, I was using, again, the new Salmo products. This chartreuse with the, with that silver fleck bottom was just lights out. Whether it was this or the paddle tail or the split tail, didn't seem to matter. I just paired it with just a colorful jig head. This one was 1/8 ounce. This seemed to get really lots of bites in that shallower water, that 8 to 10 feet. And when I went out deeper, then I went to this bait. And this was my trusty Rage tail, Rage Craw it was. And I paired that on a 1/4 ounce jig head. And this just gave me a lot more. I didn't have so much line out. Guys, when you're fishing deeper, you want to make sure that you change your jig size to make sure that you stay in contact with your bait with a reasonable amount of line out. You don't want to have so much line out that you don't feel the bite. Now at times we'd tip these with minnows. My brothers didn't put anything on them. They just dragged them clean and caught plenty of fish on them. And then the last presentation that we used, that John used, was this Northland floater on a simple bullet weight like that. That worked really, really well as well. And that's when we were moving quicker. So the Slick Shads by Salmo, or just a regular 1/8 or 1/4 ounce jig with a Rage Craw on it. Typically whiter chartreuse did seem to be the best.
Fish here, though.
That's our striking tackle box for this trip up here to Meeta Lake.
I'm down. I'm down.
He's got it all the way down the hatch.
Oh yeah, but that's a nice one, John. Oh, how about doubles? Oh, there's that nice one. Oh, you said. And look at the average size of these fish. I mean, guys, right there. Look at that. Look at the way he's pinching down on that bait. I don't think I could unhook that thing right now if I wanted to. I gotta let him relax. I mean, wonderful. 18, 19, 20 inch. I think I just had probably a 22 back there. Great fish. It's gonna be a big fish. I marked him. Look at that, Paul. I marked him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I saw him on the screen. Whoop. And that's what I talked about, confidence. When you have confidence that if you have a bait out that you know, if there's walleye around and any amount of active at all, they'll bite. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a beauty. And again, oh my gosh, is that a pretty fish. Look at that. I'm locating them in my brain. Good job, Paul.
Yeah, it's good feeling fish.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I was catching this morning.
You see where that bait is?
Double.
Double.
Big one. Show that bait off. Point that camera down his throat. Ladies and gentlemen, when you get into fish, when you back troll to find them, then you find them like Paul and I just, you can either one can vertical jig, you can cast around the boat, and that paddle tail is fantastic because you get it out there, you can kind of hop, rip it back, or you can just keep on. Look at this cloud of bait, Paul. That's why they're here. We got a cloud of bait on the screen. Pay attention to details, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's about when you're walleye fishing. But once hopefully we're proven to you, once you have confidence that fish will bite and hold something, then you can go ahead and put it out there and believe that if you're not catching them, either they're not biting or they're not there. And that's a really, really big helpful thing. There he is. See that bite? See how they hold? Look at that rod tip. Look at how long I'm holding. Boom! You see that? I called the bite, I showed you the rod tip, I dropped it back, the whole time the tip was bent. That plastic is what they want. That fish held that soft plastic. It's a nice 20-inch walleye. That held that soft plastic for at least 2 or 3 seconds. Guys, that's the difference between catching a lot of fish and a few fish, is that extra count, right, Paul? That extra chance to be able to set that hook. Look at that. Beautiful
we designed
fish.
These plastics. They're soft, they have a great action, they're high floating, but they're also durable enough that you can catch fish after fish with them.
That's right. People don't want to be taken to the cleaners. I mean, they know it when a soft plastic falls apart after 1 or 2 fish. So that's 10 walleyes and 1 northern. And I'm starting to show some attrition, but it's still there and it's still in place. Hey guys, you know what? When you come to Amita Lake Outpost Camp, and this right here is Channel View, you get an awesome cabin. Now this one sleeps 8 people. It's got 6 beds and 2 futons. We got a couple of teenagers with us, so the futons are just great. You've got an awesome long dock. You got 4 boats for 8 people, so you've got all the best stuff. You've got 16-foot lunds. You got 20-horse engines. I mean, rigged beautifully. And of course, you're sitting on the shores of Amita Lake and with access to Era Lake. And I mean, guys, the fishing, as you saw in the shows, is lights out. It's not hard. Kids can come and do it. Our basic presentations this week have been dragging around jigs with plastics. We've also thrown a bunch of chatterbaits, Strike King Thunder crickets in the white color, tipped with white 4-inch trailers, was just lights out. I mean, we literally had to throw them away. They were so chewed up. Caught awesome fish this week at Channel View. If you're looking to book a trip here with Amita Lake, give John or Cheryl a call. It's Amita Lake Lodge, and it's right online, and they can get you all set up for a trip of a lifetime. If you're looking for a lodge experience where someone's gonna cook your food for you, well, they have that as well with 8 cabins right at the main lodge. And Cheryl and John will take care of you with all of the food and all of the amenities you come to expect when you pay for a housekeeping plan. So, Amita Lake Lodge has got the best of both worlds. They've got fantastic fishing, they've got a main lodge experience, and they also have these outpost experience. Look at that. Right there, friends. Hey guys, thanks for joining us here at Fisherman's Digest. Had an awesome time at Amita Lake Lodge. Get a hold of them if you want a stupid good adventure like this. Thanks to my brothers, my nephew, their kids, and of course, Paul and Mark Selly for joining us on this awesome Canadian adventure. We'll see you next week on Fisherman's Digest.